This video has been a long time coming and will be very different than my normal journey videos. You can probably already tell that by the fact that I left out the intro for this and I'm not in a hyped, fun mood. I'm not even using my normal template for this. If you have been following me for about a year now, you would be aware that I had a feud with the notorious fraud Mega PKMNXY. Mega is the lowest kind of scum in the Pokemon community. He is not a fan of the series despite what he says. He only attempts to capitalize on the community with his false promises of information and even has the gall to charge money for it. As this video goes on, you will see this madness firsthand. Well, as they say, a sucker is born every minute, but the actions Mega is doing are illegal. The textbook definition of fraud is generally defined in the law as an intentional misrepresentation of material existing fact made by one person to another with knowledge of its falsity and for the purpose of inducing the other person to act. In the United States, even if it is a misdemeanor conviction of fraud, that will still land someone in prison for a year. And if it's a felony conviction, that is a 10-year sentence. I am not sure Mega knows what he is doing is illegal, though when he was charging hundreds of dollars for a leak that proved Goku was in Smash, I did warn him what he was doing was highly illegal in two ways. The first is fraud, and the second is corporate espionage. In the unlikely case he was selling real information, mind you. Both, by the way, are very illegal, and the latter comes with a $500,000 to $10 million fine and 15 years or more in prison. But I'm not here to discuss how and why Mega should be behind bars for his actions, though I could talk about that all day. What I'm here for is to put the final nail in Mega's coffin to prove to you all why and how Mega is a fraud. You see, I have been working on the final strike for months now with the help of those Mega would call his sources. Back in the twilight days of August, I was contacted by an individual whose true identity I will be protecting and only referring to them as Yuto. Yuto wanted to expose Mega as much as I did, and more than I already have. Yuto claimed to be able to get close to Mega, and if I acted as a brain for their scheme, they would give me all the information I needed to end Mega once and for all. Though you can never get rid of a cockroach, I agreed to Yuto's idea and they set out to create a Twitter account and use said account to get close enough to Mega to know his every secret. I don't know what it says about Mega for believing this initial pitch, but I have come to understand Mega can be found in the dictionary under both gullible and desperate. He believed that Yuto was an employee of Game Freak. Through Yuto's honey words and the turnip mind of Mega, a trust was formed. Yuto became a source of false information being given directly to Mega, who posted these bits of information as they were already fact. Now, I did say I was the brain for this scheme, and all bits of fantasy pushed out through Mega indeed came from my mind. 100% made up, in fact. I drew most of it from inspiration from a side project I was doing. But that is neither here nor there. The fact is, every bit of Pokemon-related information, and even some Smash information, has come directly from the mind of the Black Phoenix. I even drew that whale he posted claiming it was a Gen 8 mythical. I knew he would eat that one up since he was hellbent on that being a thing. So I gave it to him through Yuto. You see, Mega is not a smart person. All Yuto and I had to do was tell him exactly what he wanted to hear, and it worked. The 3 evolutions, my idea. If you didn't know, the typings that I chose for this bit were Dragon, Poison, and the new typing that had its name changed so many times I'm honestly shocked Mega didn't catch on. The base idea was that it was Arcane, and it ended up being boiled down to Mystic. This is a fan typing of Magic that has been in the fan games for years. I didn't even have to think for that one, but obviously Mega didn't realize that. Again, that is not important for proving Mega a fraud, that just makes Yuto and I look like dicks. Though there were some rare occurrences that I managed to hit a home run with real information which cemented Yuto as a Game Freak employee in Mega's eyes. The first was the reveal of Meltan. By some freak accident, Yuto and I predicted everything about Meltan, even it evolving, and that was all before the official reveal. The second and most cementing thing was that the prediction of Masuda stepping down after Let's Go. though this was mostly based on my predictions of Let's Go's failure than him being tired. Either way, it was said months before it happened and Mega saw Yuto as the real deal because of it. It was after this Yuto went for the proverbial throw and began asking Mega some hard questions, mainly where he got his information from. I was not shocked at all to finally find out the truth of it all. As you can see in these messages, Mega doesn't have any context. He either quote-unquote figures it out or gets it from 4chan and claims it as his. Now, we all know 4chan and its infamy for leaks. 1 out of 100,000 are real, and even then you don't know. He even steals fan art and claims them as his leaks. That isn't all he steals to claim his leaks are real. Mega has many times stolen and uploaded copyrighted material, and when it is copyrighted and taken down, he claims that as proof his leaks are real. Mega is making all this up, posting it onto his Twitter and on his virus-filled blog site as fact, and even charging for the latter. I'll get to that in a second, but through these messages, you can see for yourself that Mega is nothing but a liar and a fraud. Speaking of fraud again, let's come full circle on that and talk about his blog site. Now, that is a site more virus-filled than the dark web. The one time I clicked on it, my screen was filled with pop-ups and ads that is almost seizure-inducing. And only a second later, my antivirus kicked in and warned me to get off that page. I wish I had a video of this, but that was months ago and I didn't even think I was going to do this video then. But what I saw on that site was the basic predatory actions that most desperate websites do. Ads all over the place that overlap on the articles and you can't even close them out. What makes this walk into the fraudulent area, Mega charges a membership to view most of his quote-unquote exclusive articles and come up with a promise of shiny gift Pokemon and other hacks. He is charging for straight-up lies, which is fraud as stated at the beginning of this video. In our modern age, this is what we call fake news. In this case, though, it actually is all fake. Mega PKMNXY is not just a fraud or a scammer. Mega is the Pokemon community's equivalent of a tabloid news rag that posts false clickbaity stories. All Mega cares about is getting as many clicks as he can. This can be seen with the wide net he casts on subjects he claims to have leaks on. None of it is true. Mega claims to be a leaker, a hype man, a game industry insider. Mega claims many things that are smoke and mirrors, but all he is at the end of the day is a fraudulent scammer, a sociopathic clickbaiter who only cares about the view and the click and nothing else. Mega doesn't care about the Pokemon community, or any community for that matter. He only sees you, he only sees me, and sees everyone else as a pair of eyes to witness him and fall for his scams. Now, I'm not calling for any action to be taken against him. I have tried countless times to get him off Twitter, but I only succeeded in having him banned off Patreon and having his old Subscribestar blacklisted. Twitter never wants to do anything. If you want to take up the fight against a fraud, feel free to, my friends, but this will be my final strike against Mega, and I made sure I was packing to do so. In the course of this video, I have shown you how Mega is a fraud and a scammer. All I ask for you is to share this around to spread awareness of this cockroach. The normal Pokemon 2019 videos will return next week. I hope this video wasn't too jarring of a departure from my normal content, but it had to be done finally. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and share it around. It helps me grow the channel and I really appreciate it. Become an Ember of the Phoenix today by subscribing to the channel and following me on Twitter. The link can be found in the description below with some awesome fun links as well. And with all that said, this has been Black Phoenix. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.